Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my page, Money Making Juggernaut. I'm your host, Eric Richardson. Today, we have a great video in store. We're going to talk about Airbnb success with Tahir. He's out there in Pennsylvania. He's going to share his experiences, and then we are going to cover some areas in Airbnb that can possibly help you if you've been thinking about getting into this business. So Tahir, go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself and how you've been moving forward in Airbnb.
So guys, my name is Tariq Williams. Known Eric for quite a few months now. He helped me out a lot, getting started with the Airbnb. He actually flew out here to help me get everything set up. And yeah, it's been a journey, quite a journey with Airbnb. We have an Airbnb in Tobyhanna, PA. That's in the Poconos for those of you who don't know. Poconos is one of the largest areas in Pennsylvania. It's in Northeast Pennsylvania. Quite a few attractions, really large for skiing, hunting, fishing, outdoors area, great for the summer. Kalahari, bunch of water parks. So it's a great area. Yeah, so a little bit about my journey with the Airbnb. Not gonna lie, we had a lot of ups and downs, especially having an Airbnb inside of a gated community. A lot of excess, fees and things that we had to go through. But all in all, the journey has been amazing. It has been amazing. Just interacting with the guests and just learning different strategies and things to how to please guests and also how to just make a good service. Just be a good host to guests. But also just increasing my problem solving skills with dealing with certain things within the Airbnb, because when you're in a business, you got to have those problem solving skills. If you don't, with Airbnb, you'll learn how to develop them real quick.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm glad that you touched on the fact that you have a property in the Poconos in Pennsylvania. That is a huge vacation area, and most people don't even know about it. I remember when you presented that to me, I'm like, where? What is that? Most people think that for Airbnb, they got to be in Miami or New York or Los Angeles in order to really cash flow. There's actually spots where you can profit at that most people don't know about. As long as there's hotels or resorts, that means you can definitely have an Airbnb and cash flow because there's a market. And I always tell my friends, they're always like, how's your Airbnb go? I'm like, man, it is fully booked. I'm making profit. Somebody needs a place to rest their head. Somebody needs a place to rest their head that doesn't actually live there. There's people who's vacationing. They're, there for travel, business, work. Somebody needs a place. Why not stay at yours? So, if you guys are watching this and you've only been looking in like hot spots like that, there's definitely some cash flowing areas. It might be in your backyard. So definitely look out for that. I'm also glad that you touched on problem solving. And I think that's very huge in real estate, because problems do come around when you are a property owner or you're running a business. You might have utilities that go out. You might have a tenant that, damages something on the property. You might have electricity, water, laundry, some issues with that. And you have to solve these problems, and you have to take action fast so your business, which is bringing you in cash, can get back up and running. So I'm definitely glad that you hit that point.
Yeah, for sure. I'll even tell you guys a little bit about some of the problems that we had starting off early. Just before I get into that, there is quite a few areas, like there's casinos, like some really known casinos, Mount Airy Casino in the Poconos. But I'll touch on a couple of problem solving things that we had to deal with. So, you got to guess that you're not going to please everybody. You got some people. So starting off, one of the things, that we had problems with was permits. We didn't know we need to have certain permits, inside of a gated community in the area. So, and also some guests, like something will break, if it was, the heat or something like that. Those things, you got to fix those real quick, so being able to have good problem solving skills and reacting fast will allow your guests to have a better experience and it will also allow you to, keep sustainable views, keep sustainable bookings too. But just to touch on a little bit about the area, Airbnbs that do well, like in the Poconos, is typically because the Poconos is really a huge area for skiing. So we have people coming from all over different states to go to the multiple different ski resorts. Just like a Miami or a California or something like that, people love their wintertime. They love the cold and love the snow too. Like just like you can imagine someone like going to stay in a cabin for the winter time. Like someone would actually like a nice Airbnb view for their family to go on a ski trip in the winter. So definitely don't sleep on winter locations, especially the Poconos where they have like hundreds of thousands of visitors. I believe they get most of their visitors in the wintertime
Mhm.
because of the skiing and all the attractions there.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that. So make sure you guys look and do your market research. See how many people are traveling into that area and determine if this is going to be worth it. Let's go ahead and talk about the profitability in Airbnb. So break down how much your mortgage payment is, how much you guys are bringing in monthly on Airbnb, how the bookings work, because if wintertime is hot, are you guys getting bookings in the summertime too? How's it working?
So just like how the Poconos is a huge place in the winter, is just as huge in the summer because a lot of people like the lakes. There's a lot of water around. People go fishing, and also, like I said, the amusement parks, like water parks. So there's a bunch of different attractions. But as far as profitability goes with the Airbnb, typically our mortgage payment is around like $900 a month.
Mhm.
Then the utilities vary depending on if you have a lot of guests throughout the month. But a $900 mortgage, and on average, our Airbnb has been doing around like $3,500 a month, 3,000 a month. So we started officially January 1st, and as you can see here, we're already at like 2,100 in bookings so far for the year.
21,000, 21,000.
I'm sorry, I said 21.
Yeah, 21,000.
20, 21,000. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and people love summertime in the Poconos because it's beautiful. It's a bunch of mountains. If you've never been there, you definitely have to visit. If you want to get away, you like the outdoors, you love family time. It's a huge area for camping. Like camping is very, very huge in the Poconos. Like I said, people who love their outdoors, it's the perfect area for them. It's a nice, closed off, serene area in the mountains, and it's beautiful. There's actually quite a few state parks and waterfalls around. So it bringing in a lot of attractions all year round.
Okay, I like that. So for those that are like sitting on the edge about getting into Airbnb, don't really know much about it, what would you recommend and how do you feel about the course in terms of helping them out?
Well, I would recommend definitely getting Eric's course because he talks about the multiple different ways into getting into Airbnb as far as Airbnb arbitrage, or if you have some capital and you're ready to invest into a property, or if you can just, I would say if you can't do the arbitrage and you don't have the capital, finding someone who does have a property and they're looking to sell, they're looking to move, because a lot of people don't actually know or afraid of how profitable Airbnb can be. They just like they're so used to renting, they're just like, oh, like can't afford it, we gotta leave. But people don't know the profitability of their home. It's actually ironic that you say that because the house right across the street from our Airbnb, he noticed that there was guests, coming in and out. So last time I was there, he asked me, he said, "Hey, are you guys doing Airbnb?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're doing the Airbnb." He's like, "How's that working out?" And once I showed him the numbers, like he was just astonished.
Yeah.
He wanted my number right away. He wanted to get some more information on that because, like I said, some people even in the Poconos where a bunch of attractions happen, they don't know how to
They don't know about
leverage.
it.
They don't know how to leverage their property to actually, like, let the property pay for itself, and then some, and there's also some room for growth in Airbnb, especially if you have a house near attractions. Like, some things that we're looking to get into, like offering ski rentals, offering bike rentals, offering scooter rentals, or having a chef pull up to the crib, creating your own experience. So you can kind of customize Airbnb, to your own experience, so definitely working with people like Eric, who has the knowledge, in his Airbnb course right now. It's only $49.99. Like, it's great knowledge. I definitely recommend you guys tap in. Definitely get that mentorship from Eric, because mentorship came in handy. I remember first starting off, I didn't do my due diligence, and what I did was I set my cleaning fee super low, and then I consulted with Eric on it, and he was like, hey, you need to change some things up here and there. And as soon as we did that, we were able to, see some more profits, even from adding on a higher cleaning fee, because the bigger your property, the more it's going to take to clean it. So, and you definitely want to have your property clean, spick and span, before your next guest check in, and things like having multiple sets of sheets, like, having a good cleaner, building that rapport, responding fast to your guests, not letting every guest stay at your house, because we actually had some instances where we had some 18-year-olds try to have, high school parties and, stuff like that. So you actually want to protect your asset, you don't want people coming in there tearing things up. So you kind of need some guidance to get started, definitely get with Eric on that. As you can see, 21K in bookings in 4 months, like.
Amazing, man. Well, thank you so much for sharing your success story. You guys heard it straight from Tahir. Thank you.